This is the story of the spy who sank a navy and the lesson he left for us all. War is a monster that feeds on young men's lives. In 1941, the Mediterranean was its stage. The British fleet at Alexandria was a mighty shield. But behind that shield were thousands of sons, fathers, and brothers. The Italian Navy could not face it directly. So they chose a path of immense risk to save lives by crippling a fleet, not by taking lives in a battle. Their weapon was a testament to the human mind's creativity. In dark times, the Maiale, a manned torpedo. But its true weapon was the two men on it. Their courage, their trust in one another, their willingness to sacrifice everything. They were not faceless soldiers. They were partners, bound by a brotherhood, deeper than the ocean. On a fateful December night, the submarine Scringy became a vessel of hope. 6 hearts beat as one as they prepared to step into the unknown. Among them Lieutenant Durand de la Pen and the young Emilio Bianchi.
Emilio, remember your training, trust your gear, and trust me.
I trust you with my life, Lieutenant.
And with that sacred trust between them, they descended into the silent, crushing blackness, towards the lights of the fortress and their destiny. The net was their first judge. A wall of cold, unfeeling steel. As a patrol boat passed overhead, its shadow was not just a threat. It was the weight of an entire nation bearing down on them.
Steady, son. Breathe. Just breathe. We are but shadows here.
And in that moment, they were more than soldiers. They were ghosts, slipping through the gates of a kingdom. Their only sound, the beat of their own hearts. Inside, they didn't see enemy ships. They saw giants of steel, each one a home to hundreds of men just like them, men who dreamed of home.
Marseglia, Shergat, the Queen Elizabeth, Martellota, the tanker. We take the Valiant. May God guide your hands.
They moved not with hatred, but with a heavy purpose. They were there to save lives by ending a threat, a terrible paradox of war.
Emilio, go now. Your life is worth more than this iron.
Alone, trapped in the mud beneath thousands of tons of steel, De la Pena did not give up. He thought of his partner. He thought of his duty. And with superhuman will, he began to drag the heavy mine through the mud. This was no longer about war. It was about the promise he made to see this through.
For my country. For my men.
He placed the charge not with malice, but with a sorrowful respect for the great ship itself. Captured, soaked, and brought aboard the Valiant, they did not feel like conquerors. They felt the solemn gaze of the very men they had come to disable.
You have audacity, I'll give you that, but your war is over.
Sir, for the safety of the men on this ship, I suggest you evacuate. The real event is yet to come.
In that moment, he was no longer an enemy commando. He was a man warning other men of impending danger, a flicker of humanity in the heart of war. As the clocks ticked down, a strange peace fell between captor and captive. They were all just men waiting for the same fate.
It is done, Lieutenant.
The ships settled on the bottom of the harbor, but not a single life was lost that day. The mission was a terrifying, brilliant success. A fleet was neutralized through courage, not carnage. And in the end, that is the lesson. After the war, the British officers who had been their captors decorated the Italian commandos. Why? Because they recognized something beyond the uniform. Unparalleled bravery, unwavering honor, and a shared respect for human life that transcends national borders. Their story teaches us that courage is not the absence of fear, but the choice to act in spite of it. That honor is more powerful than hatred, and that sometimes the most profound bonds are formed not in times of peace, but in the respectful silence between adversaries. This is their legacy, a lesson for humanity. Remember their story. Share it. And may we all have the courage to choose honor. Always.